Well, today's the day that, quite frankly, I didn't think would ever come. When I found out this car had a bad motor, I didn't know if I could even fix it. So quick recap, I bought this car from an auction. It had a clean title, no accidents, and good service history. But why was it at an auction? Well, the motor was bad. I didn't know that until I had already bought the car. A new engine from Audi is around $37,000. Is just not an option. Rebuilding one of these engines is really difficult because they use some very unique alloys in this engine, and it's not something that you can just take apart and slap back together and machine it and just be done with it. There's a little bit more to it. So my only option was to find a used motor on eBay. Now I found this motor and it had some damage on it. So when this motor got here, I had to completely go through it. Whenever an engine comes through a scrapyard, most of the time, they don't want to try to pull all of this stuff out of the car, so they end up usually just cutting the wiring harness. So in the long run, it was actually better for me to just swap the entire wiring harness rather than to try to repair the one that was on this motor. With that said, it's time to put this motor in this car. And yes, this is for you guys, so you better like and subscribe. Not there. This bolts to the bottom of the car, so you set that right down there. I gotta go cut this part off. When pulling this bolt off, I accidentally broke this nut. It's like attached to a piece on there, so I gotta go get this taken off so that this thing, I can get a wrench on here. Looking pretty good. Everything down here looks pretty good. So you can see this point right here needs to go right in there. And then same thing right over here. Right down there. Okay. Those are all looking good. Just angle the engine down in the back. Bring it down a little bit. And move my cart a little bit like this. My floor jack is holding the transmission up while I'm trying to get my engine hoist in, so I'm kind of fighting both. And before I go too far, I would actually like to get this one coolant hose down here attached. So let's come back out actually a little ways. I just gotta get this in there all the way. My hose clamp pliers that are one of these things. This is an absolute must. I accidentally put the wrong one on there. It goes in like this. So we'll go. All right, we're getting close. Mounts are right about there. We're gonna start going down into the mounts here. Look at that, first bolt. Engine bolts right there. We are a 1/4 inch away on the top. That's our engine mount. There's our other engine mount, and it is seated in place as well. Okay, I need a light. Wait a darn minute. Looks like we're like already lined up back here. This bolt is so long. I'm telling you, lights are the most annoying thing, especially because like most of this car is all aluminum, so there's like nowhere to actually put a light. And top bolts are started. Let's grab our 18mm 12 point. I'm gonna rock this little guy. Let's go with the bigger battery. This is a must-have tool. This thing makes your life so much easier. Okay. Take a picture, send it to my wife. This is always a trick because you got your steering rack hanging down here. So you have to take it out to get enough space. Okay, so I've gotten all the bolts from the transmission into the engine. It's all bolted in there and it's all nice and snug. I'm gonna go ahead and get my torque wrench, get it set up. Okay, so this is what I've been following right here, just torquing down each one of these. We're now done with this, and we're gonna move on to putting on our flex plate / flywheel bolts here. I had to modify this socket to be really, really shallow. So from underneath the car, Audi gives you this access hole right through here, and you can see this here is our flywheel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in, you put one in, and then you turn the motor over, get to the next one, and then you just keep doing that. I'm gonna start by just putting them all in. Once I get them all snug, I'll start torquing them to the proper torque spec, and I'll mark them as I go around. That way I know when I make a full circle. It is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Honestly, I had no idea if I'd ever make it this far, but here we are. I've got pretty much everything as intact as it needs to be to see if this car will at least crank. If it will crank, that is one better than what happened before. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and power on the car, see if there's anything I missed, and then we'll go from there. All right, we're gonna get the trunk open so we can get to the battery, which means we gotta climb inside this thing. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and make sure this is nice and tight. All right, power on the car. All right, everything's alive. We've got all kinds of codes. So let's start looking at all those, and then we'll jump in here and see if we can start it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. I have taken a broken engine, a broken twin-turbo V8 Audi engine, and I removed it from the car. And then I bought one off of eBay, and then proceeded to install it in the car. Sounds simple. Now obviously I have a lot of work to do wrapping it up. We've got tons of codes everywhere, but, oh, my light is dying. But at the end of the day, this thing runs. So now I can put it back together, and hopefully, this thing will drive. And I'll have myself a running and driving Audi S6. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video when hopefully this car has wheels and can drive. Peace.